Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to shade the mouth and the teeth. I'm going to start by outlining the edge of the mouth here. And I'm just using the same technique that I used to shade the rest of the face, just keeping the strokes close together and slowly building up value. As you can see, I'm using a B pencil. I'm repeating the same strokes that I used for the rest of the face, just slowly building up the value over the whole upper lip. Now that I've shaded the first layer, I'm going to add a second darker layer on the lips, mainly around the sides, the corners of the mouth, and the center part of the lips. Next, I'm going to shade the bottom lip, and I'm going to start from the edges and slowly work my way inward. And it's just a repeat of the top, and you're just going to have to go down in layers. Start with a lighter layer, and then we're going to move on to doing a few darker shadows on the lips. The upper lip casts a slight shadow on the bottom lip, so I'm going to fill that in here. And on both sides, depending on the lighting you're working with. You may not have this, but it also helps to create the shape of the lips. So it's nice to have at least a slightly darker outline around that portion. From here, I'm going to slowly build up the shadow values on the bottom lip, and it may help to have some reference, some photo reference for here, depending on how glossy you want the lips. And this whole time, I'm just slowly building up the values. I like to sort of see the process. I'm not really good at visualizing the complete end product, so that's why I kind of go from really light and slowly build on it. That way it helps me picture and see how it's going to turn out as I go on. This method does take a little more time, but I believe that it can save you more time in the end by helping you not make as many mistakes. So once you've finished adding the shadows to the lips and you've added most of the creases, you can use an eraser and erase some of the shading to make some highlights, some reflected light off the lips. I'm using this pen eraser, and you just have to be careful that it doesn't smudge. Sometimes erasers can smudge if there's too much graphite still on the pen on the eraser, so just be careful. Next, I'm going to sharpen those edges with an H pencil. And that's it for shading the lips. And next, we're going to draw the teeth. So please use a light pencil for this part. We are not going to draw lines, because that just makes it look weird. I'm going to shade from the sides first. As the teeth move further in the mouth, they don't get as much light, so the top lip is casting a shadow as well. So we've got some very basic shading. Now, I think we can fit maybe four teeth here. The first one's here. The way we're going to draw this is just shade. we don't want to draw one line, just shade back and forth, a super thin. Just like that. We don't want to make it look any darker. Just want to give a hint of a tooth. As you can see, I'm just building up the values very slowly. I don't want to draw any thick lines because that could really throw off the whole picture, so I'm just going to slowly increase the values and hope it turns all right. You can add a little shadow where the gums may be. Also, as the teeth move back, they're not getting as much light, so you can add a little more shadow on the edges of the mouth, around the edges, corners of the mouth. And if you want, you can add a little bit of shade in between the teeth at the very bottom. Not too much, just a very light hint at the gap there. And at this point, once you've added the values to teeth, I've noticed that the rest of the lips could be a little darker, so I'm just going to go over it again and add a little bit more value to the lips. And that's how I shade the mouth and teeth. And in the next videos, I'll show you how I shade the nose and hair. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.